Welcome to Chris Drabble's stream of Subconsciousness, episode 2. I call it a stream because it is like a stream in many ways, the way it flows so smoothly and sort of widens as it nears the end into a giant ocean of knowledge. So many comparisons to that of a stream. Subconsciousness comes from the idea that I'm not actually consciously throwing out ideas. I'm just saying whatever comes to mind. Of course, 99% of it is gold. 1% of it is platinum. So sit back, another 20 minutes, enjoy.
Check it out.
Today, when I was making breakfast, I was spooning on my yogurt onto my muesli. It was Greek low-fat yogurt. I don't know what's so Greek about it. I don't know, maybe it is Greek, but it's just thicker. It's a thicker sort of yogurt. So what the Greeks have done is they've taken a normal product, like yogurt, and made it thicker. Said, there you go, that's Greek. We'll put our name on that one. So, sly, but clever. And there's plenty of Greeks who have been clever. Julius Caesar invented the calendar. Did he? Did he? Grant doesn't think he did. I thought he did. No, he's saying that he was in fact Roman and not Greek. Anyway, it's been revolutionised since then, hasn't it? When they added naked women onto the pages. It's taken it one step further. Flip on to the next month, get a new pair of boobs to look at. So I'd say old Caesar will be turning in his grave that he didn't think of that one. But you can't dwell on missed opportunities, can you? Because I look at my life and I think I could have done many a thing. I could have been a radio announcer, could have been a cricket player, could have been a comedian, but the trouble is, I suck at radio, I can't bowl for shit, and I'm not that funny. So I had opportunities, but I failed at them because I didn't have what it takes. So for me to dwell on those things would be pointless. So you move on. You take what you've been given and you run with it. Unless you've been given some kind of physical disability, in which case running with it may not be as easy, may not even be possible if you're a vegetable. So just take care. I often wonder about vegetables and how they cross over with human life. For instance, a sweet potato has 90 chromosomes in it. Humans, of course, 46. If you were to give birth to a child with 90 chromosomes, so somehow gained 44 extra chromosomes, does that come out as a sweet potato? Doctor says, congratulations, it's a sweet potato. Oh, you say, what kind? It's an orange one. Oh, is there an orphanage nearby? I'd just take it to the supermarket, drop it off there in the produce section. But that's science for you, and I do enjoy a bit of science. I enjoy a lot of things, actually. Music is another thing I love, and in fact, Grant has managed to organise for Thomas Oliver and Andrew Moore from the Thomas Oliver Band to come on the show today, which will be a real treat. He's quite pleased with the way he's jacked that up. And Thomas is my brother, so I could have just asked him. But, let the producer do his thing. So they're going to come on towards the end of the show, so look forward to that. You've got to have things to look forward to. In life in general, not just on this show. Things like Friday. Everyone looks forward to Friday because it's the end of the working week. I think it's sad in a way how we wish our life away. We get through Monday, we think, thank God that's over. Well, that was a day of our life. That's a day gone that we've just wished away. Get through Tuesday, oh, good, that's over. This is life, and we're wishing it away. I'm guilty of it. I can't wait till Friday. The quicker I can get through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the better. But am I going to be lying on my deathbed, hopefully in several years' time, and be saying, good to get that out of the way? Thank God that's over. So I'm trying to start this new mentality that every day has just as much potential as the last or any other day of the week or the year. No time should ever be wished away or wasted. Kind of like the way you're wasting 20 minutes of your life now by listening to this podcast. But I appreciate that because it's giving me purpose. If people are listening, then I'll speak. Supply and demand type approach. 10 minutes away from the studio visit from Thomas Oliver and Andrew Moore from the Thomas Oliver Band. They'll be talking about their new album. I'll leave it up to them to plug that one. I suppose the beauty of a podcast is that you can actually just skip forward 10 minutes if you want, and you'll be able to listen to them. It's a bit futile, me teasing them. In radio it works, because you stay tuned, don't you? If you're teasing something 10 minutes away, but on a podcast, you can just scroll forward 10 minutes. But don't do that, because you might miss out on something. You never know. And you know what they say, curiosity killed the cat. So be curious and listen for... No, that doesn't work, does it? No, for this context, curiosity won't kill the cat. The cat could quite safely listen to the next 10 minutes without fear of dying. So there's a lesson in that. Not all proverbs are applicable, but you learn from that. Every cloud has a silver lining. So then again, cats do have 9 lives, so be curious 8 times, just not 9. That's where you should draw the line if you're a cat. I went and stayed at my brother's house a few months ago down in Christchurch. He's since moved to Wellington, but he had a cat, and it actually made my stay quite miserable because I'm highly allergic to them. I get watery eyes and runny nose, itchy eyes too. It's really quite awful. So my mum suggested, "Oh, go out for a drive, get some fresh air." I did that. Fresh air doesn't actually help for hay fever if you're driving through the garden capital of New Zealand, I discovered. The car was full of used up, snotty toilet paper by the end of the trip. It's actually quite a debilitating illness. I shouldn't say illness, sort of condition is hay fever. It sounds trivial, but there's been occasions when I've had to leave events, leave parties, just because I've got a constant flow of mucus coming from my nose, or any other orifice in the facial region, for that matter, eyes. Not so much ears. And that's in the summer, when you're supposed to be vibrant and healthy. You go through winter, you battle with colds and flus, then come summer, you have to battle with hay fever. So it's a real test. It's a real test of character, how you deal with those conditions. I deal with them by drinking. Keep your fluids up. Stay hydrated. It's important. 2 litres of water a day, they say. I don't know who they are. Scientists, I imagine. Or maybe just the Pump Bottled Water Company. They recommend 2 litres a day. I read that, actually, on the bottle. I was buying a 750ml bottle, and I thought, well, what do I do now? If I buy 2, I've fallen short of my quota, haven't I? 1.5 litres. I have to buy 3 now. That's going to take me up to 2.25. Then I'm going over the 2 litre recommendation. And I don't want to get sucked in to being excessively healthy, do I? So marketing's often like that. They'll target you as the consumer, and they'll suck you in to want more and more. So be careful, or you'll walk out of a shop having spent $9.50 on Pump. But I'm not here to offer advice or life lessons like avoiding spending too much money on bottled water, albeit brilliant advice. The show is more about entertainment. People like Oprah, Tyra, they're the people to go to with issues. Dr. Phil probably has a bit more qualifications than Tyra. What actual qualifications does Tyra have? I've seen her diagnose people before on her show. She's not cut out to do that. She's just a pretty lady with a talk show. These people are lapping up everything she says. At least Dr. Phil, he's got the old Dr. dot in front of his name. Gives you a bit more trust in him. But people, they go for celebrities, don't they? If I ever get famous enough, maybe I'll be able to diagnose illnesses. People come up to me for autographs. Can I have your autograph, Chris? Yeah, there you go, mate. You've written get well. Yeah, I know that. Well, how come you've written that? Well, I can see you're sick. I think you're quite ill, mate. I can tell. I can tell by the look in your eyes. Go and get that checked out by a proper fucking health professional. So I'm not quite sure what Tyra's playing at, but people will continue to listen to her, I'm sure, because that's the entertainment industry. If anything, just go to your mother for advice. Mother's no best. Although best is the superlative, isn't it? So how does that work? Because mothers are a long line of generations, aren't they? So if I were to say my mother knows best, had her mother still been alive, what about her? Does she know the best again? But you can't top the best. So my mother knows better, but my grandma knows best. But then again, my great-grandma, what does she know? So does it go better, 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 better all the way up to Eve? Maybe Eve from the Garden of Eden knew best, and then every female descendant of Eve only knows better. So if you want advice, go to your mother. Mothers know better. I'm starting to get a bit excited for the in-studio visit from the boys from the Thomas Oliver band, Andrew Moore. Thomas Oliver. I can see Grant over there. You excited too? Yeah, he's shaking with anticipation. Oh, it's just cold, is it? Close the window. No, I don't mind. The temperatures have dropped quite drastically in the last week or so in Wellington. It took a while for winter to hit. I feel it's well and truly with us now. Last year, winter took a while to hit, but carried on through till September, October even. We still had very low temperatures. Is that related to global warming? Grant, I was asking you a question. Yeah, are the colder temperatures we've been experiencing, is that related to global warming? You don't know? Google it. Grant's on that, doing a bit of research. So there is in fact an educational aspect to the show. No, just ask Jeeves. Yeah, it's about lunchtime. He won't mind. No, I think he's inanimate, to be honest. I don't think he's a human. Probably doesn't require sustenance. No, you just type it in. He'll answer you, even at lunchtime. Grant will get back to us with the results of that research. I don't actually mind talking to a computer, so someone like Jeeves, when it's typing, it's when you have to interact with a computer or a robot over the phone. That's when it's frustrating. Because often you ring a phone number and you don't know you're about to be greeted by a robot, so you're not prepared. You've got people around you and then suddenly you're talking to a robot. Everyone knows you're talking to a robot because you have to say silly things, which the robot then doesn't understand anyway, so it's pointless. I've just joined the 2 Degrees mobile network company. They've got this recorded message which says press 1 to do this, 2, 3, so on. Press 4 to talk to a real human. Who wouldn't press 4? I don't want to talk to a robot. Come on, there's no character. Actually, there's quite a lot of character in the work and income robot. We get along well. I think we're actually working our way towards a relationship. She sounds nice. She sounds like a recorded message I could see myself spending a future with. But of course, the 2 Degrees recorded message is actually a male, so I don't have time for that. What I do have time for, though, is Thomas Oliver and Andrew Moore. They've just entered the premises. Grant is signalling. So I'm about to invite them into the studio. Come in. Take a seat. Cheers.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome to the studio.
Wow, it's just your bedroom, isn't it? I come in here all the time.
All right, mate. Don't spoil it.
Yeah.
So, got Thomas Oliver, Andrew Moore here in the studio with me.
Hello.
From the Thomas Oliver band, of course. You boys have just released... Tell me you've been sleeping around my bedroom. You boys have just released a new album, Bad Talking Man.
Oh no, that's actually just a song off the album. It's not actually the name of the album at all. The album's called Baby I'll Play.
Baby I'll Play. Right, so do you want to describe to the listeners how Baby I'll Play looks so they can find that album in the shops?
Yeah, sure. It's basically comes in a plastic case about the size of an average CD case. It's got slightly rounded corners, actually, this one. It's a new development.
Okay. Is that a sort of safety measure that's been put in place?
Yeah, well, we actually had a few complaints from our last CD. People sort of getting injured, as they picked the CD up in the shop.
Of course, yeah.
We found that the artwork was so good that people actually just wanted to, look at it closer and closer, and then
Dangerously close to the eyes.
when you get a sharp corner right that close to your eye, bad things are just going to happen.
So effectively, what you've done is you've smoothed off the rough edges from the last album.
Yeah.
So could we expect fewer injuries from this album?
Oh yeah, you can put that thing right into an eye, and that's. I tested it when we first got it, and that's fine.
Okay, so tell us a bit more about the physical features of this album.
Well, it's got a booklet in there. What, 16 pages was it, Andrew?
Yeah, 16.
16 pages. Cost us an arm and a leg, actually, printing of that one.
It's a good number of pages, because when you're often flicking through pages, you think, am I coming near the end?
Mm.
But if it's a 30 to 40 page booklet, of course you're not. You're in fact miles away. 16 page seems to be you can get through it in a minimal amount of time.
Mm.
Well, I've actually put all my lyrics are into that one. The lyrics of every song. I'm actually quite proud of my lyrics. So read through them.
Yeah, I've had a quick flick through. Had a flick through. Picked up on a few lines in there. A few stunners actually.
Oh, cheers.
The track listing, the titles of the songs is what I looked at mostly. They're good titles. Are the songs as good?
Did you ever look through the lyrics at all?
Well, I prefer to absorb myself in the music, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Do the songs live up to the reputation of the song titles, Andrew Moore?
Well, if you look at... It's quite an interesting technique that Thomas has done there, actually. More often than not, if you look through the lyrics, you'll see he's actually worked the title into the lyrics.
Okay.
So, it's as far as the songwriting goes, I think Thomas has been very clever there.
I see you've actually brought an album in with you there, Andrew. Do you mind if I just have a look at that?
Oh, yeah, sure thing, yeah.
So, as I fold it open, I noticed the CD is in the traditional position in the case.
Yep.
That's just bang in the middle there.
We had talked about that, but we didn't want to push too many boundaries with this one, so we thought we'd go with your standard, the classic.
So, by boundaries, you mean the actual physical confinements of the case itself?
Yeah, well, you'll notice that just on the left-hand side of the case, you've got about an extra, just over a centimetre, really, of that boundary being pushed.
So you have extended the boundaries with this album.
Yeah.
Really
You
pushed
literally
them.
pushed the boundaries.
Yeah.
And I noticed something else that's unique about this album. It's got a button on the side. I'm used to picking up a new album. It just opens up. But here you've actually got this release system.
Yeah, well, see, us in the Thomas Oliver Band, we're all about incorporating new technology into what we do. And so... So when we heard that you could take, your bulk standard CD case, but actually put some technology into it in the form of a button, we thought, well, how could we not do that?
Does it confuse customers?
I have to say, there've been a few issues with that one. I've noticed on a few occasions, customers kind of wrestling with the CD case in the shops. Number of times I've actually gone up and just said, "Hi, Thomas Oliver here." Just press the button and that one will crack straight open.
I mean, it has its benefits. If it's so hard to get into, it's in a way added security.
We were thinking that it would probably help cut down on the piracy, so people don't go and sort of download and steal the album.
And basically, the other good thing is that for those people who do steal the case, they go into a CD store and just steal the case. Basically it's rendered useless to them because they can't get the thing open.
The joke's on them, really, isn't it?
That's right.
So you've given a comprehensive description of your new album, boys. Listeners, you know what you're looking for. So where can you pick this up from?
Oh, I can just go and grab some from my room if you want.
Oh, I mean the listeners.
Oh, okay. Just good CD stores, usual outlets.
iTunes?
Yep, all that. iTunes.
Of course,
Empire.
then you miss out on the button release system, the smoothed off corners, the extended boundaries.
Yeah,
that's right.
And a lot of thought did go into that, so it really makes the album.
To finish off, we've actually got a sample from the album to
Cool.
play. This is from Going Home, the single, track 1.
Cool. Enjoy.
Well, that wasn't very insightful, was it? Grant, were you responsible for that? Did you choose that sample? No, it's just not. It's not ideal.
It's just the last chord, Grant.
Nice chord though.
Oh, cheers. Yeah, it's an E7, that one.
It's got a real ring to it. Do you finish a lot of your songs on that chord?
Oh, it depends on the key of the song, really.
Exactly. I mean, one key doesn't fit all locks. So thanks for coming in, guys. I appreciate that. Thomas Oliver, Andrew Moore.
No worries.
From the
Cheers.
Thomas
Thanks for
Oliver
having
Band.
us.
All the best for the future, and I look forward to maybe hearing your album someday. Right, just to end, the results from the research that Grant did about the current temperatures and global warming, he says they're inconclusive. So cheers for that, Grant. Until next time, episode 3. Take care.